Welcome to Quiet Reflections. Today I want to share with you a story called What an Old Man Taught Me About Peace in Life. The first time I noticed him, he was sitting on the same bench, completely still, not scrolling his phone, not talking, not even looking around much, just sitting, while everyone else rushed past the park. He didn't move. At that time, my life looked normal from the outside. I had a job, people around me, nothing obviously wrong, but inside, it was loud, not because of what was happening around me, but because of everything that kept staying in my head, and I didn't realize it yet, but that was the real problem. Not my life, but the things I refused to let go. There was one moment I kept replaying, a conversation at work. My manager had said something simple. You need to be more careful with your decisions. That was it. One sentence. Nothing aggressive, nothing personal, but I didn't leave it there. I took that sentence and carried it with me the entire day, then into the night, then into the next morning. What did he really mean? Was that a warning? Did I mess something up? By the end of the week, that one sentence had turned into 10 different meanings in my head, and none of them were good. Another moment, a message from a friend. Short, cold. Yeah, okay, that was all. 3 words. But in my head, it became something else. Are they mad? Did I say something wrong? Should I explain? I typed a reply, deleted it, typed again, deleted again, and then I didn't send anything. Days passed. We didn't talk again after that, not because of a big argument, but because I stayed stuck in a moment that should have ended in seconds. There was also the night I couldn't sleep. Nothing special had happened that day, but my mind wouldn't stop. One thought led to another, then another. Things from years ago came back, conversations, mistakes, embarrassing moments. All of them felt fresh again. Like they were happening now. My body was in bed, but my mind was everywhere else. And the worst part was, none of these situations were still happening. They were over, but I kept them alive. A few days later, I saw him again. Same bench, same position, same stillness. This time, I sat down, a few feet away. Silence. Then I asked, do you come here every day? Yes. Don't you get bored? He smiled. No. That answer annoyed me a little, because I couldn't understand it. So I asked again, what do you even do here? He looked at me. I sit. That's it. That's enough. The next day, I came back again, not because I planned to, but because something about him didn't make sense, and I wanted to understand it. That day, I started noticing things. A man walked by, talking loudly on the phone, clearly stressed. Another person rushed past, almost dropping their bag. 2 people argued near the entrance of the park. Normal things. Things I would normally react to. But the old man didn't react at all. He noticed, but didn't follow, and that was different. Then something happened that made it clearer. A guy sat on a bench across from us, pulled out his phone, started typing, stopped, deleted everything, typed again, then sighed. I had done that exact thing so many times. The same tension, the same frustration, the same loop. I looked at the old man. He just walked. No reaction, no judgment, just awareness. So I asked, how do you not get caught up in all that? He didn't answer immediately. Then he said, you're not disturbed by what happens. You're disturbed by what you keep holding. That sentence didn't hit me right away, but it stayed. Over the next few days, I started noticing more. Not just him, other people. At a coffee shop, a woman dropped her drink. She looked at it, laughed, cleaned it, moved on. That was it. No frustration, no replay. No carrying it forward. At work, a colleague made a mistake. He said, that's on me. No excuse, no long explanation. They fixed it, moved on. Meanwhile, I remembered how I would have handled that. I would have thought about it for hours, maybe even days. On the bus, someone missed their stop. They stood there, smiled, got off at the next one. No panic, no stress. And I realized something uncomfortable. The situations weren't the problem. The problem was how long I kept them. Then I remembered another moment, a small one, but it stayed with me. Someone had interrupted me during a conversation. I didn't say anything, but I carried that feeling all day. Resentment, annoyance, replaying it again and again. The moment lasted maybe 10 seconds, but I stretched it into hours. That was when I understood what the old man meant. The next time I went back to the park, I didn't ask him anything. I just sat and watched. A thought came, you still haven't fixed that issue. Normally I would react, check my phone, start planning. This time, I just noticed it and stayed still. The thought passed. Another one came. What about tomorrow? I noticed it, did nothing, and it passed too. For a brief moment, everything was quiet. Not empty, just quiet. That was new. The real test came a few days later. Someone sent me a message, a slightly negative one. Normally, that would stay in my head all day. I would replay it, analyze it. But this time, I read it once, replied simply, and put my phone down. That was it. No replay, no overthinking. The situation ended right there. Then came a harder moment, a conversation at work. Someone said something that could be taken the wrong way. I felt it, the reaction, the urge to carry it, but I didn't. I responded calmly, clarified, and moved on. And for the first time, the situation didn't follow me home. Weeks passed, and I started noticing a pattern. The less I held on to things, the lighter everything felt. Not because life changed, but because I stopped extending moments that were already over. One morning, I went back to the park. The bench was empty. The old man wasn't there. For the first time, I sat down anyway, looked around. Same park, same noise, same people. Nothing had changed, but something inside me had. A thought came and passed. Another came and passed. No resistance, no chasing, just awareness. And in that moment, I understood something very simple. Peace is not something you find somewhere else. It's what remains when you stop carrying everything with you. Now I want to ask you something. How many moments in your life are already over, but you're still holding on to them? Subscribe for more stories like this.